We're back on KSBK's Grizzly Connect. Really, we're focusing on cross country this Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon because, well, to be honest here, as Keegan Calmes joins me, we're looking at a national championship here. Keegan, is that too much pressure right out of the gate for the interview?
No, I think that our team's deep enough and talented enough to win this year. I'm confident in a lot of my teammates, and I'm willing to say it right now. We're going for the title.
Right now, it's on the record. You can't take it back. Keegan's a Wisconsin kid, which brought up a lot of tension between us. We're border battle buddies from Minnesota, but whatever. You're a lot more successful in sports than our state is. I do wonder, though, because you were someone who grew up in Windy Lake, Wisconsin. You now live in one of the windiest places in the entire country. Which place is windier? Windy Lake, Wisconsin? San Luis Valley.
This is way windier. It might be called Wind Lake, but it's nothing compared to windy Alamosa. So.
Yeah, you've spent some interesting summers away from Alamosa. When you go back, you work with your dad's construction company. You're atop roofs, making them, look like they're in tip-top shape. How does that actually affect you as an athlete when you're, 20 feet up in the air, trying to balance yourself, holding on to heavy items? I'm sure it's a big benefit that your dad has somebody who is an athlete.
Yeah, I'm not exactly the strongest guy just because I run too many miles, but like Coach Martin always says, adversity makes you stronger mentally and physically. So, taking a job like that's made me stronger as a person and stronger as a runner too, because I did all my training through it too, even though it was, really arduous physically. So.
It's Keegan Calmes with the ASC cross-country team. We were chatting with your teammate on the female side of cross-country, Kelly Lamb, and it is interesting when you discuss her off-season workout. She just goes back about 55 miles to Creed and stays in the valley. You're back in the Midwest every summer. When you look at the two places that you spend the most time working out and running in, when you're really in true training mode, if you're going for a long run by yourself, what's a spot you just love to be in?
Oh man, when I'm back in Wisconsin, a 20-miler, I got a good buddy who runs in the Division III college. He's a really fast guy. He's run 14:20 in Division II. That's really fast, and we'll train together and we'll go on 20-milers, just all around the entire town because it's not that big of a town. But it's nice. I actually do have people to train with when I go home. I'm one of those guys I can't really run alone. I love the team here because there's 25 guys at any time who want to run with you. So. Really nice.
How many miles were you running in high school, and how's that number increased steadily throughout the years of college?
It was kind of like a sharp incline when I met Coach Martin. I was doing 30 to 35 miles a week in high school, and this summer I've been between 110 and 120 every week. So it's kind of a huge. I've been here for 4 years. It's going to be my 4th year.
See, this is why cross-country athletes drive people crazy, because you'll say, oh, Mondays are a light run. Monday's a light day. How many miles are you running on your light day?
Well, it's going to be between 15 and 16.
It's pathetic,
almost
actually.
always.
It's just terrible.
Oh, yeah.
You're interesting, too, because a lot of athletes you talk to and you hear who their favorite athletes are. They talk about a famous professional athlete, and you have stayed steadfast in saying that your former teammate, Aaron Braun, was a guy that you really looked up to. Why was a teammate of yours a guy that you held in such high regard?
Well, before I came to Adams State, I was looking up guys on the team and the environment I was going to be coming to, years ago, and I looked up this guy Aaron Braun, and he came with these credentials that were a lot like mine. Just he wasn't that fast in high school, and he came here and he became a multi-time national champion, a huge team leader, a guy who influenced the team in the right direction. Even now, he still has influenced the team to this point because now I'm starting to lead the team, and I want to lead it kind of like he did. And I don't know, he's a really great athlete. I can say that.
You're obviously very passionate when you discuss what he has meant to you individually. When you look at what he has been able to do outside of ASC and now the success that he has seen across the country as a graduate, is that going to be a bit of a blueprint for yourself?
I really hope so. I think that Coach Martin he really knows that right now is a stepping stone if you want to go professional, but he can really get us to our full potential within our college years, which he did with Aaron Braun. And Braun went to a place where he was getting coached a lot like Coach Martin coaches at McMillan in Arizona. And I think if I do the same thing, I might not be able to go to McMillan, but wherever I do go, I want to make sure it's a high mileage program just like this. And I really do think that I can see success like he has.
It's Keegan Calmes with the ASC men's cross country team. We chatted about the influence that Aaron has had on your life, but Matt Tegenkamp is another guy that you really idolize, and why would you list the personal records he has? He went and just tore up the University of Wisconsin-Madison record a few years ago. He's achieved a lot. So when you look at Aaron and Matt, what have you tried to take from those guys to really add to your approach as a runner?
Oh, geez. I think just both of those guys are humble. You know, they become humble at one point or another and really build off that. They've been broken down before, they've been injured, they've been beaten before, and they've come back to win, and they've come back to not just be better runners, because that's not the point. I really don't think that's the point of being here. I think they've come, or even Tegenkamp, he's the kind of guy who came back to be a better person from it. You know, a humbled person is usually a more gracious winner and usually just a better runner. They're stronger for it. So I think I've taken that from it, because I've had points, really, really low points here, and really, really high points, so I've taken that from it.
What do you think was the lowest point?
My freshman year, and I qualified for indoor nationals, and we had guys in the mile go 1 through 5, and I was 9th in that race. If I was 8th, I'd be All-American. Yeah. So it's a really, really, it hurt, you know, and we won the national title that year. You know, I was part of a national championship DMR team that year, but I felt like I didn't pull my weight in that one event, you know. And here, it's like, even if you pull your weight somewhere else, if you didn't do it in every aspect, you feel like you kind of let someone down. And I think that's a good thing, because that made me stronger. And then I came outdoors and I was All-American for the first time individually outdoors.
And we've seen that with Lindsey Grasmick, that she's had back-to-back years, just finishing one off, being back-to-back 9th. And I'm sure you've had conversations with her. What does that do to an athlete when you're one spot away, not as an upperclassman, when you're a freshman and sophomore and you're so close?
The way she explained it to me is it's just all that training. She doesn't feel like it's gone to waste, but it's just, I've done all this work. Why hasn't it paid off for me at this, you know, precise moment? And it's just that it's not inexperience. She's experienced the second year. It's just kind of how things play out sometimes. And now she's so much stronger for it. She's joined cross country. She's trying to get stronger as an 800 runner. She's decided to kind of tweak her events because, you know, she's found out what part of running she's stronger, and, you know, she's an aerobic person, really. She's anaerobic and aerobic, and she's decided to change her event. So it hasn't changed her, you know, her drive or anything like that. It's just changed her direction, and I think it's a good thing.
Well, Keegan's also a really interesting guy. I mean, music and sports, it's been synonymous forever. Unfortunately, we have a pretty poor interpretation of this, thanks to Master P attempting to become an NBA basketball player, and Kobe Bryant releasing a rap album. But you're different. You're actually a music major, which I can't think of the last time I encountered an elite athlete that was a music major. I've been told that 2 years ago, there was a camp. There was this camp. During this camp, there was a song written, and I have begged you to bring your guitar. I've begged you to at least give me a sample of this, and what is it going to take? Don't tell me I got to work out with you, because that's not happening.
Oh, I can do it. I can do it. No 20-miler shoot.
So, okay, so no 20 miles. Keegan's going to grab his guitar, because this happened 2 years ago when you were just arriving at ASC, and give me an idea what the inspiration was, what the title of this is, and
basically,
what the story is.
Coach put us in a room, and he said, all right, we're making all the campers do skits, right? And I'm like, okay, all the campers, that's cool, let's make them do it. And then he goes, you have to do one too. So we're like, oh no, you know, I really don't want to be doing a skit. So a lot of guys looked at me and like, let's just write, you know, let's do a song or something like that. And Coach throws out the idea, let's do We Are the Champions. And then we get together and we're like, come on, that's too much, you know, that's over the top, kind of a little bit cocky kind of thing, you know. We just won nationals the last year. And we're like, oh, we couldn't. So like, let's just write our own. So this came out of it. Let's just, I'll just play a little excerpt from it. It's just
okay,
the
play
chorus.
Go ahead, play us out.
IASC, we're one awesome team. We're one great big family. IASC, we're one awesome team. We're one great big family.
Keegan Calmes, folks. This is another edition of Grizzly Connect. Make sure to check these out on the ASC Grizzlies YouTube page. We'll also link them up online. Make sure to follow Keegan and his career, music career as well.
All right, thank you.